So what we're going to do is we are going to spin the wheel, and we're going to spin it twice. Then we're going to flip a coin, because that's what people asked for on the last wheel video. Okay, so instead of just spinning once and that's it, we're going to spin the wheel twice, and then flip. One will be heads, one will be tails. Then we'll flip a coin. So we're spinning twice, and then we're flipping a coin. If we hit the same thing twice, then we just get it. So the thing I would want the most of this list, Corrupting Fury would be a cool start. Absolute should be a good start. Holy Flame Tome's a pretty good start. I do not want Cast when Channeling, Blight, Soulrend, or Reaper. No! Okay. Fuck! Shit. Okay. Okay, so that's one. That's one. Now we spin again, and then we flip a coin. There's at least a 50-50 I'm getting this shit pile. There's no way. Oh my god! Fucking hell! Jesus Christ. Why do I make these fucking wheels? I'm skipping the league. I'm going back to standard. That's it. Okay. Alright, so heads is Reaper. Tails is Cast when Channeling, Blight, Soulrend. Okay, so I'm flipping the coin. Heads is Reaper. Tails is Cast when Channeling, Blight, Soulrend. It's the one build I gave a 1-star to. The one build I did not want to play on League Start. Jesus Christ, there's 19. How will I level it? With Blight. You just blight around, I guess. I guess the good news is I will probably be rank 1 Trickster. You blight and that's what triggers it. Blight's a channel. You hold down Blight and it poops out little Soulrends. It's a 2-for-1. It's a real wombo combo. I mean, I'll have this level 1. I'll have Infused Channeling, I'll have Blight level 1. That's pretty much it. You don't Cyclone, you just walk around with this. So this is what the build looks like basically in the end game, right? See how it shits out things? That's what it looks like. It looks cool. Looks cool. Just things happening. Okay, so I got Cast when Channeling, Blight, Soulrend, Trickster. And you saw a little bit what the skill looks like. Now this is my basic tree, and I've left a couple things kind of open. Only level 87. I didn't even pick my last Ascendancy because it's really not super impactful. But this is the basis. Pretty bog standard framework. The one thing I would say that's different from this tree versus other dot trees or non-Trickster trees is Trickster can pick up both charges as much as you want. Because Swift Killer gives you not only max frenzy and power, but also extra damage per each, and also gaining a power or frenzy each second while channeling. That's a big one. Lets us keep our charges up pretty much always, right? So charges are good. We want to pick up charges. It also does skill off of spell damage. It's one of the few skills for some reason. Well, not for some reason, but there's that one line that says modifiers of spell damage apply to this skill's damage over time. Blight has that, Soulrend has it, both work. Here's your basic Aura setup, here's your basic Totem Wither setup, here's your basic Blight setup. You could do your own cast damage taken, you could do your own movement, you could do your own supplementals. That's all fine and well. Only really uniques I would suggest is a Cane of Unraveling. Very common drop early on, costs nothing. And then whatever Ashes of the Stars you can get. It's just a great item. It's not very rare to farm out yourself, so I suggest getting Ashes. Everything else I'd run rares. Pretty much just picking up life, chaos damage, dot damage, some mana, some aura stuff, just to make it feel comfy. This is my Atlas tree plan. Again, just early on, very basic. I want to pick up Essence, I want to pick up map things, I want to go around the entire Quant wheel, get the Quant there, and just pick up Intelligence Gathering. That way I can farm out a lot of levels from safe houses while mapping. To me, this feels good. I like this. I also want to get a Devouring Diadem maybe, or maybe Cane of Kulamex. So yeah, it's just a very basic setup. I'll include both of these in the description below. Obviously, you're going to branch out from this. Obviously, you're probably going to be more than level 87, you know, by the end of the first week or so. Obviously, I left a spot open for Cluster Jewels. You want to mess around with Cluster Jewels? I suggest you do that. You know, I'm not here to hold your hand. This is just an example, a scope, if you will, of what there is. Leveling, even easier. You have the basic seals you have set up here. Blight plus Cast-Wind Channeling. Blight plus Infused Channeling plus Control Destruction. You do that, 28. Swap on Soulrend, take out Control Destruction or Infused Channeling, put in Cast-Wind Channeling, start, you know, put in LMP if you want before you get GMP. Start pooping out a couple Soulrends. Your damage is going to be okay. Your clear is going to be okay. Your single target's going to be okay. And you're really going to be relying a lot on Wither. Max Wither equals bosses die near instantly. So I suggest just building up that, and you're going to have a good time. Trickster is not great. This build is just okay. I have been given this by the wheel, but it is comfy. There are some comfy things in Trickster. Patient Reaper, comfy. Swift Killer, comfy. Prolonged Pain, mediocre. The last one can be Escape Artist. It can be Weave. It can be Heartstopper. You could even hypothetically run some sort of Righteous Fire Heartstopper setup, but I don't suggest it. I don't really know how to get this value much lower. Yeah, it's just not amazing. You know, it's just unfortunate, but that's just where we're at. Trickster is probably the worst Ascendancy in the game. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. But if you're going to play a Trickster, playing a Chaos Dot build is probably your best bet. So yeah, something like this is probably going to be a-okay if you want to play with me and play along. Here's an example of a tree. You could feel free to follow it. Feel free to follow my Atlas tree for just basic crafting setups. I just want to get my essences and start crafting gear. Get my safe houses, get my quant, and I can branch off into specified things like heist, specified things like harvest, or whatever I see fit. This is the basics. This is the starter. It's a okay starter build. It's a not very amazing build overall, but you can push it. You can push any build and path to a pretty high level, to a pretty upper echelon, and I suggest you push this one to the top. And if you want to push with me, push with me. I'll hold your hand. Anyway, I'm Matt Lighty. I hope you have a better luck getting builds in Sentinel than I did. Hope you have a good time with your build start, and I'll see you on the flip-flop. Lighty out.